Okay, we need to pull the Zarya. Okay, we pulled the Zarya. We do have a really good grab in play here. Absolutely nasty grab. Can we get, she's aided. Oh my god, this actually it's in the East Blossom! And even though the East gets to the end, shatter, but absolutely clean gameplay from viewers. Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is attempt number 2 at recording this video because the attempt number 1, I didn't like it. I was half asleep. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, come on, the whole point of to make content is to spread positivity and, you know, like have some good energy, and I was not. I was literally barely commentating, and I was like, okay, take a break. Get out, just like, you know, scratch that recording and get some coffee. I had some nice black plain coffee, and I don't even usually do that. I usually drink with milk, but I was like, okay, I need to just wake up. So fully energized again with some caffeine. I'm all pumped up, and yeah, I just want to say, I think we absolutely amazing support. The last Lifeweaver video that I did, you guys absolutely loved it, and thank you. And you guys, this month has been the best I did on YouTube, because at least subscriber wise, because we hit the record amount of subscribers in a month, which is absolutely insane. Because usually, because I've been mentioning on the last few videos that over 90% of people who are watching my videos are not subscribed, and you guys lowered that over 90% to the 70s, which is actually huge. So, you know, it's kind of crazy. All right, so we have Lifeweaver Zarya. Always put your platforms on key locations so you can mobilize your immobilized tank. You will get ready to pull, but I am in no position to pull actually unless I sacrifice myself. But my tank is in a good spot. Obviously, we might have to be forced to pull to save someone's life. But all right, so in this matchup, we do have to be aware of our hit scans. We're going to be pocketing our hit scans more than I'd like to, because the Genji is going to be on the there it is. That's the issue here. I need to keep my hit scan alive because there's going to be a lot of flankers on pressuring my DPS, and the key to this matchup is dominating high ground. And if your DPS can win that, you can win anything. Like the tank matchup, it doesn't matter, because if the enemy team Genji cannot contest high ground for my hit scans, they'll win. But most of the time, more often than not, in almost every elo in the game, the team that has Genji wins, at least for the beginning of the match, because the team that doesn't have a Genji that runs a hit scan or whatever, when Genji pushes that target, that poor target doesn't get any kind of peel. So it's a really smart platform there. Like you see, like when we're peeling for our hit scans, and the thing is, usually when Genji pushes, nobody really peels for the hit scan people when they get dove by Genji, and that's what really causes a lot of L's. Obviously, that was a really good Suzu. We will tree this, and we're gonna do some damage. Force the fight here because we have advantage. Why not enable it now that we did force the Kitsune out? It's huge. Okay, we need to pull the Zarya. Okay, we pulled the Zarya. We do have a really good grab in play here. Absolutely nasty grab. Can we get, she's aided. Oh my god, this actually it's in the East Blossom! And even though the East gets to the end, shatter, but absolutely clean gameplay from yours truly and his team. Really good. I'm not really commenting a lot about the game because there's a lot going on. So, like I said, if you're playing Lifeweaver, always have put your platform on key locations for your tank to play around it and, like, you know, abuse high ground. Now we need to we don't need to pull that. Okay, I think we do now. Yeah, that's a really bad visor on this guy's end. I mean, ability's gonna get no value. Maybe the only value they're gonna get is the res, but that's about it. Our platform is still over there. And we do have kids in here too, like that's actually crazy. Alright, the Genji is going to be pushing us to Onyx, and the Nanoblade is going to be in play here. We need to be able to survive this. The Nanoblade is in play. Absolutely amazing Suzu. Oh my god, pull this guy. Holy. Okay, we're going to win this. Oh my god, clean gameplay. All of that because we identified when you play Lifeweaver, guys, you have the power to dictate how the fight, where and when the fight goes and gets placed and everything, and where the fights do take control. We will put a platform over there for the Zarya to push the soldier if she realizes. Good shit. YouTube does not like it when I swear. Hopefully I'll cut that in the video, but absolutely clean gameplay. Honestly, man, this is way too perfect. We will be ready with the pull, and ladies and gentlemen, this might be all that she wrote. We will get ready with an ultimate here on the tree right at the choke, but just wait for the Reaper. Yeah, that's not really gonna get a lot of value. We'll tree this. Unfortunately, that shatter was way too good, and it was heavy focus damage. Obviously a little bit personal for that Mercy, but sometimes things gets personal. It's okay, Mercy, and sometimes we yaka to always dominate, always assert your dominance, always teabag whoever wants to go a little bit, you know, aggro on you, especially when they take matters into their own hand. Make sure you dominate, assert your dominance, and the one voice line that you have to use as a Lifeweaver main and as a Lifeweaver player, if you dominate someone, it's Maka. Yakato. So obviously, like, this Sojin is really asking, yelling, screaming, aching for it, but unfortunately, she got me. But yeah, let's just focus a little bit on the gameplay. Obviously, we're gonna go with the damage perk, but they don't really have they don't have honor, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the damage one. You know what? They have a shield. Let's go with the other one. They have a shield. I'm not really gonna... That's actually another really amazing grab combo. But to be fair, we do have a really great team comp built around Lifeweaver. Reaper, Zarya is literally one of the best thing you could ever ask for. Peak for our Kiriko. Okay, we have Juno now, and they have Lifeweaver of their own now for the Reinhardt. So there's that. I know my platform is still over there. Now we're gonna have to destroy it sometime very near in the future, because you know what? I want them to come to high ground. Alright, Cassidy. By the way, I know that I've been putting my game on German the past few days because you guys loved it. So you know what, we're doing some German action. Let's put a platform straight. Okay, we do have a platform on high ground over there, and there's stairs there, so there's no need to place a new one unless soon. He wants to boop. He was gonna shatter, so we are ready with our abilities. Okay, that is my bad. Unfortunately, I definitely wanted to pull my Reaper, but no harm, no foul, because he survived. Not only that, he's actually doing pretty well at contesting and getting a lot of space. So yeah, so far so good. We didn't have pull for our Juno, but it doesn't matter. Let's do some damage here, help the Zarya to finish off that poor Juno. By the way, guys, we did lose the first one because intentionally it was calculated because we want more content for you guys. Now let's put a platform over there and ping it every time you put a platform, so our Zarya and whoever wants to use it knows that it's there. Obviously a very waste of a Kitsune because we can just disengage it. He does have a shatter. Let's put a platform over there. We need to pull this guy ASAP, and there is the shatter as we anticipated. Woohoo! And that tree came a little too late, unfortunately. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually one of the most perfect gameplays that you've ever gonna see. And textbook Lifeweaver gameplay really is just all about identifying the matchup and what does your team has and what the enemy team has, and how do you play around that and how do you adapt. Don't just brainlessly play Lifeweaver and expect to win by just existing. You can never do that, especially on a character like Lifeweaver where he doesn't really offer a lot of utilities, and mostly his entire utilities relies on healing. So because all of your like big moments relies on healing, so you're never gonna win. For example, if you're playing Mercy, if all you do is healing, you're never gonna win. So you need to, on Lifeweaver, you need to know when and what to heal. Like when they had Genji, we knew that we should never stay with the tank. Like almost every Lifeweaver, and I can guarantee you that they would have played all the way behind the tunnel, maintaining LOS from the Zarya so they can pocket the Zarya and heal botter. But that's really not the right play there, because if you leave your... Keep in mind, we didn't have Mercy, so if you leave your isolated soldier or Cassidy or whatever in the top right alone, odds are they're going to lose that Genji 1v1, because that Genji has advantage, and you're playing in a lower elo, so you know lower elo hit scans. You know, I mean, to be fair, even higher elos, it's difficult to take out a Genji. So they're gonna lose that, and you're gonna be down one. And on top of all of that, you're gonna give up surrender high ground absolutely for free because that Genji won that duel and you didn't know what to heal. So instead of healing a damage on the Zarya that's feeding ult charge with the enemy team, why don't you stay with the DPS? If they have a Genji, stay with the soldier, win and confirm and secure that duel. And you guys saw, as soon as we secured the high ground, we went to do some crazy shenanigans by putting platforms around the buildings so the Zarya can, you know, play around it. And the Zarya started to push up past the tunnel, way too deep into their spawn, almost spawn. It's just about matchup. Like, you just need to have one job, do it, and then do whatever you want after that. So now, on this specific matchup, this will be a little bit difficult and relies heavily on my platforms because we have Zarya Mei. We need to get the Zarya Mei above high ground, safe and sound. Good. Absolutely perfect. We didn't freak out. We played it really cool and calm. They're still on the platform over there for the Zarya. There's nothing as scary than having a fully charged Zarya all up in your face when you're trying to hold high ground on defense. Okay, we're sorry. It's very well placed on high ground. We're doing so good. They can't do anything. They want it. The whole point of a defense team running pocket hit scan is to dominate and secure and dominate and win and annihilate everybody from high ground. But if you don't even give them that, what are they supposed to do? We didn't give them that time to hold on high ground because we forced every brawler, every mobilized character on high. Kinda wanna save this Zarya because she's fully charged. Okay, that was very greedy by me, but I just wanted to be cool. I just wanted to look cool. But yeah, that tree was definitely greedy because I really did not want my tank to die there because he was fully charged. And I would rather use my tree because odds are, like, a tree is just like, it's difficult to explain. Like, look at the matchup. I'm really I'm gonna use that ultimate reactively anyways, and odds are if you have good positioning, none of your team really is gonna die because you have Mei that can survive it, Zarya that can bubble everything off. So as long as you have good positioning, you actually will not need that ultimate. So might as well save your fully charged Zarya so you can maintain your presence on the fight and, you know, give them free oh yeah, that's a really good grab, honestly. Alright, yeah, so that was definitely the right play there. It paid off because Zarya was not out of the fight. Because keep in mind, one of the very, very, very painful ways to lose a game is because all you do is just lose one tank and the enemy team just takes position advantage. They're gonna have position advantage. It's really difficult as an attacker to retake and reclaim positions after you lose a fight. Oh yeah, there it is. So that's definitely not the best ultimate by him because it doesn't really matter. Obviously Baptiste's gonna put some shots here. Yeah, so yeah, and we kept because we kept the Zarya alive with that ultimate there, even though we died, but they did not push and they retake and reclaim high ground advantage over us. Because we were not really out of the fight, we were just in the soft reset phase instead of a hard reset phase. If your tank falls, it's always a hard reset. So yeah, that was the idea behind. Alright, let's put a platform over there. Make sure it's always behind the payload, not above it. Because there's an off chance it's gonna break. We're gonna pull her. Alright, we'll survive that. Alright, we need to survive now. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful gameplay. Knowing that if we pull the Zarya, she'll survive anyways, might as well pull the Juno because odds are whoever visors is gonna visor a squishy, not a tank, so yeah. Alright, now we need to put a platform somewhere near the bridge so we can dominate the high ground. Okay, bad position on this guy's end, unfortunately. We kind of just need to force fight on point now. Amazing EMP. Absolutely disgusting EMP. Absolutely disgusting Blizzard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you win a game on Lifeweaver. This is how you dominate force fight on point. Now, this is one of the very times I did not put my team on high ground because we have Mei, we have Sombra, we have Zarya, all our 3 brawly characters that get, and we get play the game. Absolute perfection of the gameplay because we have 4 ultimates that get immense value, infinite amount of value on point. The Blizzard, the EMP, the Grab, and the Tree. Why spread your team? And by the way, the point was like the game will end at the bridge. So why spread your team and give the enemy chance to fight it while you can just force the fight on point, make the enemy come to you, and if they do, they're gonna get hit by every AoE ult in the entire game, and they will lose. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like the video, just subscribe for new, share with your friends if you learned a thing or two, and we shall get you guys all to the next one. Peace to the bye.